Good day, everyone. Welcome back, and for those who are new, welcome. We are the channel that aims to bring joy to our Christian hearts every day, or the Jochechannel. And now that I've got today's set of papers of seeking truth, let's begin. To start off, our first topic for today is spirituality. To put simply, spirituality is to be in a state of enlightened consciousness that is aware of something absolute, supernatural, or eternal. And by being mindful that there is a transcendent being, we are reminded of our humble individuality, which help us find our true selves. This force drives us to live and carry on. But spirituality is often misconstrued with religion. See, spirituality is more of a breath of life. On the other hand, religion leans more towards being a medium of connection. Well, speaking of religion, what is the understanding of us Christians about spirituality anyway? Well, there are a lot of exemplary theologists that gives us a deeper understanding of what spirituality is as Christians, from recognizable icons such as Saint Augustine of Hippo to Saint Thomas Aquinas. But to sum it all up, we Christians should simply view spirituality as being one in harmonious peace and spirit with God. And by doing so, we will be in a state of enlightened consciousness, mindful of the divine, reminded of our purpose, and driven to live and spread the goodwill in humble service.
So now that we know what spirituality is, the question now is, what talents do I possess can I use to express my spirituality? So spirituality can be expressed in various ways. But for me, I can use my talent in order to share my spirituality. One talent that I can think of is through helping other people to become encouraged. Just like what I did in our church before, I used to speak in front of the church attendees. It's called presiding. And what I do is that I'm the one who formally starts the church service. I always start off by telling inspiring words that are in relation with God so that the people may be able to feel more of God's presence and that they may be able to start their day right. My way of encouraging is also applicable every time I talk to my family and friends. Whenever they are going through something difficult, I always try to make them feel that they are not alone and that I try my best to give them words of encouragement so that I can comfort them through my own simple but sincere way. This may be out of context since the question is about expressing my spirituality, my own spirituality. But the thing is, every time I encourage other people, I am able to find my purpose and it gives meaning to my life because it makes me happy whenever I help people to become more optimistic in life.
What is the spirituality of truth? So as followers of Christ, we believe that Jesus is the Son of God. As we accept this truth, we base our decisions and our opinions on His teachings. The problems that we face today are relativism. Relativism is the belief that all beliefs are equally valid and there's no absolute truth. People can have different views on what is right and what is wrong, so which leads to a society with no standards. Cafeteria Catholicism is an example of relativism in faith. It's when people pick and choose which of the Catholic teachings they want to believe in or follow. What is the spirituality of mercy? Mercy is having compassion for other people's sufferings and, when possible, helping them lessen their misfortune. This spirituality comes from our experiences of God's mercy. We can help others through spiritual or corporal acts of mercy. Forgiving people who have wronged you, comforting people who are sad or confused, and praying for both the living and the dead all fall into spiritual acts of mercy. Examples of corporal acts are donating food to the hungry, like through community pantries, or donating clothes to donation drives. Now, the spirituality of mercy addresses the problem of throwaway culture. Everyone should remember that people are not disposable. Our brothers and sisters are not objects to be used, then discarded. We must treat everyone with care.
So we're done with the spirituality of truth and of mercy. What about spirituality of communion? See, communion in the most basic sense is a Eucharistic practice that reconciles us with the Lord through partaking of His body and His blood. But what is the spirituality of communion? Well, the spirituality of communion is that which heals, promotes, and reinforces interpersonal bonds. Now, in other words, it's about the connections we hold not only to God, but with everyone walking this earth as well. See, individualism is one of many hindrances from achieving true fulfillment. So as the name dictates, individualism isolates the self. It's not exactly in a healthy way. The spirituality of communion is the cure or the antidote to this issue, as it's meant to bring us closer to our neighbors of the same or different faith. Now this begs the question, how can I convey my understanding of spirituality to others and promote dialogue? Now, I find that the best way to do this is to introduce the teachings of your faith to others, not by means of proclaiming the gospel or converting one to your faith, no, but rather through practicing what your faith teaches. Treat your neighbor the way you'd want to be treated. Promote love and peace. Help those in need. See, being this model of righteousness or even influencing other people to do the same is the best way for you to convey your understanding of your faith's spirituality and encouraging dialogue. See, one way or another, it all boils down to our connectedness with each and every person.
Okay, so the question now here is, what are the ways in which the Christian spirituality can be shared in the poor? So, according to Mr. Matthew Clark, the life for those living in poverty is characterized by ill health, limited access to clean water and hygienic sanitation, poor quality housing, hunger, illiteracy, and premature death. In our country, the poor are neglected by people in the higher class. They are discriminated because of their social status. Also, not all poor are given the opportunity to learn new things, even things that are connected with God in any spiritual context. But there are still many ways for Christian spirituality to be shared in the poor. One of those is through the act of helping them by means of giving them their daily needs. Since morality can be based on spirituality, doing the right action can be a way to help them and to teach them about Christian spirituality. Another way is through evangelizing. By sharing the good news, preaching the gospel, and sharing God's word, it can be a helpful way for these people to learn more about God, and it may also inspire them to believe and have faith in Him, despite any situation that happens in their life, and no matter what their status in life is.
And for our next question is, what are the ways in which Christian spirituality can be shared in culture and in religion? We see that our culture is embedded with Christian spirituality through our everyday lives. Specifically, important traditions like the Christmas season embodies how it is shared through culture. We see it through the children's joy in their eyes when receiving gifts, the people's genuine happiness when food is shared on the table, and when stories are exchanged among the people who chose to celebrate this season together. Christian spirituality is also manifested in the roots of religion. People would choose to have faith when it meets their personal values, beliefs, and way of life. Christ's teaching of loving God above all and loving your neighbors as you love yourself has guided the development of religion to become something that people would hold on to as they discover their mission in life. And that is our take on spirituality. Share with us what you think about this video in the comment section down below. And don't forget to like, share, and hit the notification bell to get more updates from us. Thank you and be safe.